I'm feeling low.
Why, hello, my lemon drops, and welcome back to the Lemonade Stand, or welcome if you're new. My name is Brianna. I am a certified personal trainer, a big, huge biology nerd, and a registered dietitian to be. Today we are going to be discussing a topic that is very near and dear to my heart. In a past video of mine that's titled, The Fundamental Problem with Fitness Influencers in the Fitness Industry, My Truth, I discussed some of my grievances with how, in short, the fitness industry is being ruined by fitness influencers. Helping me further prove a lot of the points I made in that video, we are going to have a special guest today named Ava, and she is going to be telling me about an experience she had paying a well-known fitness influencer and fitness model named Michie Peachie for customized training services. Before we proceed, if you love science-based health, wellness, and fitness education with some lulz and some dry sarcasm along the way, why not hit that subscribe button and join the Lemon Drop crew? I would seriously appreciate it. Without anything further, let's make lemonade and then drink sparkling water. Onyx, stop. So it all started for me. A couple months ago, somebody named Ava reached out to me on Instagram and briefly told me about an experience she had paying for one-on-one custom coaching from a very well-known fitness influencer and fitness model named Michie Peachie. Michie Peachie not only has a large Instagram following at over 1 million followers, but she's also a fitness model, and she has graced the cover of magazines such as Fitness Curves, and has even had a feature in Muscle and Fitness Hers magazine, which is a magazine that I've actually read before. That being said, I still expect you guys to remain respectful. Please don't go to her social medias and send hate and all that kind of stuff and harassment and bullying. I'm not about that. That's not what I'm about, and that's not the purpose of this video. So anyway, Ava told me that she saw my previously mentioned video, the one about fitness influencers in the fitness industry, and that's what made her want to reach out to me about her story. She also sent me a link to her video on her YouTube channel of her talking about her whole experience. Before I responded to her Instagram DM, I clicked on the link, I watched her whole video, and I immediately decided that I wanted to cover her story. Just call me Nancy Grace. I am actually not the first person she has shared her story with. She also told John of the YouTube channel Obese to Beast, who made a video about it. And then she told me that IFBB pro bodybuilder Greg Doucette had seen the video that John did, ended up reaching out to Ava, and he ended up making a video on it as well. So I'll link both of their videos below. I watched both John and Greg's videos, and I mostly agree with everything both of them said. I do want to add that since I got to speak with Ava directly on a private Zoom call, I do feel slightly more special than Greg and John. Just saying. What's funny is Greg Doucette is what many of us would consider a fitness influencer, but what I think differentiates him from a lot of others is that he's actually educated. He has a bachelor's and a master's degree in kinesiology, which is the study of movement, so he knows a thing or two about exercise science and fitness. Also, my dad's name is Greg too. That's not related. I just wanted to add that. If you watch my video on fitness influencers, then you would probably know where I'm headed with this. But if you didn't watch it, I highlighted 3 main reasons that I believe fitness influencers are having a negative impact on the fitness industry. Those reasons are posting insane workouts, endorsing what I believe to be mostly useless dietary supplements, and finally, the mass distribution of one-size-fits-all fitness programs. And Ava's situation is a prime example of this last one. What happened to Ava is, in essence, pretty much what happens whenever a fitness influencer grows so large that they try to just mass distribute workout programs / plans to everybody because it's just easier. Now, the issue is not distributing workouts. That's not a problem. It's the way these damn influencers are going about it is the problem. Many have followings that are so big, like over 1 million, like Michie Peachie, for example, that they resort to just giving out one-size-fits-all fitness programs to everybody that obviously aren't going to work for everyone, but this is good for the influencer because from their end, it generates more income because it's easy to just give 1,000 people the exact same program. I am not mad at making money. I am all about increasing your cash flow. The problem though, like I just said, is Miss Peachie, for example, has over 1 million Instagram followers. I think the last time I looked at her profile, it was at 1.2 million. So if she sells 1,000 customized or non-customized workout programs for $200. Yeah, that's a lot of money. But you can't give 1,000 people your full undivided attention, and that is a problem. Those are your clients. They need you. But you can't deliver your best services to them because stretching yourself across 1,000 people is impossible. Unless maybe you have some help and hire somebody, but I would argue that that would be fraudulent because if someone's paying for your services, They're paying for your services, not your assistant services. So when Ava and I started our conversation, I had to start off by asking her what made her decide to go with a fitness influencer and not like hire a trainer at her local gym. You mentioned that it was kind of back in 2018 that you decided you want to get in shape, you know, build some muscle. Yeah. And that prompted you to look to social media for help. So this is kind of a loaded question. Yeah. Why did you make the decision to look on social media for help with your fitness journey and not look into like hiring a fitness, like a personal trainer from like your local gym?
Yeah, I got that a lot, especially after Greg made a video. There was a lot of comments saying like, who in their right mind would go to social media? The thing with me was I wasn't on social media back then. I didn't have Instagram, I didn't have Twitter, I didn't have anything. So wow. I don't know how I ended up on Instagram, and I just looked at her profile. I looked at other people, other girls as well, and I didn't know anything about Instagram influencers, or I thought, you know, well, if she has so many followers, like it must be legit. Obviously, I know better now, but I don't know. I just thought, and I think she verified. She's verified now. I think she was verified back. Maybe she wasn't. I'm not sure, but it looked legit. She looked legit. She was always on about, oh, I have this, I'm certified in this, I'm that. And, you know, so it is like, she never actually mentions where she got the certifications. Mm-hmm. But for me, I had no clue on fitness, on nutrition, social media. Yeah, so yeah. It was totally a complete noob going into this, and I was too naive. Like, so I don't know. I had no idea. So I was like, well, yeah, she must know better than me because she looks better than me. So.
One of the reasons why Ava was attracted to Miss Peachie is because she looked good. I'm not going to debate that. She does. But unfortunately, a lot of people who are misinformed, like Ava used to be, have this train of thought. Oh, that person has a six-pack, so they must know what they're talking about. There is a huge fundamental issue with this rationale that a lot of people have. It's extremely, extremely flawed. Because what a lot of the uninformed public doesn't know about like the fitness industry and bodybuilding are that a lot of the chiseled, shredded, super jacked physiques that we see are oftentimes drug-induced. Therefore, that influencer's body type is unattainable and unrealistic for the average person because most people aren't willing to do drugs such as anabolic steroids. So these influencers who look incredible attract a really large audience and entice people into buying their services and their programs just because of how they look. But a lot of times, these influencers did not achieve their bodies naturally. So in a way, them advertising their services to help you look like them is kind of fraudulent, and it's very misleading. Guessing who's natural and who's not is like a big hot topic in the world of bodybuilding and the fitness industry. Sometimes it's very obvious when an athlete is using drugs. Sometimes it's not so obvious, and then that leaves a bunch of people wondering. Some athletes are just genetically blessed and have been training for several years, and a lot of people think they're not natural when really they are natural. She was talking about her new, not new, but her certifications.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I sent you a screenshot of that.
Damn it, I'm trying to pull it up.
There was a lot of them there.
Oh yeah, here they are. Here they are. I am more than certified to get you your... Oh no, there's a grammar error in there. Certified master trainer, certified glute specialist, certified transformation specialist, certified weight loss specialist, certified bodybuilding specialist, certified online coach, CPT, which certified personal trainer.
Yeah.
And then nutritionist. Okay. NASM, I believe it's NASM, NASM, National Academy of Sports Medicine.
Yeah.
They have a master trainer certification, but and I have to do more research. Right now, I'm kind of going off the top of my head off some loose research.
Yeah.
But for their certification program, you have to have, you have to hold a degree.
Yeah.
In some sort of, exercise science, physiology, something like that, to be eligible to take their master trainer certification program. I have not found any information that she went to university and obtained a higher degree.
Yeah.
I'm not saying she didn't. I'm just saying I've not.
But there's no,
And then as far as certified weight loss specialist, I'm actually a certified weight loss specialist. I got that certification also through NASM a few years ago. So that one's real.
Yeah.
And then glute specialist. I think I saw some organization, I want to say it was ISSA. If I'm wrong, I'll correct myself in the video. They have a glute specialist program. From my brief research, I think it's a new program. And again, she's not saying the organization.
Yeah.
And then transformation specialist, what the hell is that? What does that
mean? I don't know.
Like, and then bodybuilding specialist. Okay, so like a personal trainer.
Yeah, I guess.
And then she was certified online coach, which again, what is that? Like,
yeah.
And as far as a glute specialist, listen, I don't know what organization she has it. I'm not saying she's not, but I'm just saying it seems like a lot of fitness influencers with a nice ass love to just call themselves a glute specialist. That's all I'm saying. She's got a great set of glutes on her, but you know, I don't know that there's like an actual, well, there is that one ISSA, I think, glute specialist certification, but we don't know if she really took that one.
I don't remember ever any kind of education being mentioned. And now when I look back at all of it, there was so many red flags. But it's just dangerous for, like, when you're in that mindset, when you're so insecure and you're just, you know, it's very, very, and yeah, I don't know. If I was on social media, I'll probably know better.
So let's get to this. How much did Ava pay for all these services, and what exactly did she get? Ava told me that she purchased Miss Peachie's program for about 300 euros, which comes to approximately 340 US dollars. And this was for 8 weeks of what Ava believed to be customized training, as well as a diet plan. Now, you guys probably can imagine the issue I have with her giving a full diet plan to a client. I don't think that personal trainers, unless they are also extensively educated and well-trained in food and nutrition, should be giving clients meal plans because it is out of our scope of practice. But that doesn't stop a lot of personal trainers from doing it anyway. It's my opinion that it's one thing to give general nutrition advice, recipe ideas, and like sharing some evidence-based information on nutrition. Emphasis on evidence-based, so no shilling celery juice is a cure for cancer. Thank you. But when a client asks the question, what do I eat for XYZ? That is when I think it's time to take a step back and refer them out to a nutrition professional, especially if that XYZ is a medical condition. Now, like I just said, a lot of personal trainers and social media give out full meal plans. We've talked about nutrition credentials and, scope of practice and things like that before in this video from a few weeks ago. I will link it below. In the United States, unfortunately, the title and practice of nutritionist is not protected in most states. So that means that, yes, technically, Miss Peachie can give my friend Ava a meal plan, but does that make it ethical? In my opinion, the answer is no. And unfortunately, Miss Peachie's meal plan did not play out very well at all for Ava. She did give you a plan, like a meal plan. And you mentioned to me that you couldn't quite dig it up, but can you try and give us what does a standard day of eating look like while you were following her meal plan?
Yeah, I remember whenever I was food shopping or something, I'd be like, oh my God, that's so little food. Because I would always buy food for the whole week. And I remember my boyfriend was with me and he doesn't like fish, but there was a lot of fish in the diet. Now, I'm not used to eating fish. I'm very bad with fish. Mm-hmm. And there was barely any meat. I know there's nothing wrong with that, obviously, but I just wasn't used to just switching without the meat, just eating the fish like salmon and stuff like that. So she would literally there would be a pre-workout would be like a banana, I think. And then after a workout would be like a protein shake and maybe an apple or something small. And then lunch would be very little, like from what I can eat and from what I felt that I should be eating. It was like a small portion, maybe some rice. And I wasn't allowed to put any salt in it. I wasn't allowed to, there was just nothing, there's just rice and salmon or something like that, just like one piece of salmon. Mm-hmm. And maybe some salad on the side, and then dinner would be very similar. And I think I had one snack, and she was specific about, I don't remember because I don't think we had those snacks in Ireland, but she was very specific, saying like you have to choose like the less sugar, just if you have to eat a snack, make it like the least bad that it can be. And just wasn't allowed to eat anything. I wasn't allowed to eat any chocolate. She was very strict about that. She was like, nothing. Not, and I remember I'd be eating the lunch or dinner, and it was so plain. There was barely any taste. I didn't enjoy it at all. Wow. So I will try to dig out, but because she had two different email addresses, like before I signed up and then after, so it's all kind of mixed, and there was a lot of emails, but I'm gonna try to look for the plan. But it was very, very basic there. I don't remember ever putting any salt in it. And I know I have a giant sweet tooth, and she was like, yeah, you shouldn't eat any chocolate or anything. And I'm like, how am I gonna do this?
What was her reasoning for that stuff? Why did she say you can't eat that?
I don't know. I guess that's a cheat meal in her head.
Cheat meal.
So she said, like, if you have a chocolate, you're going to want to have another one, and then you're going to go off the rails. And yeah.
So she didn't even encourage that. To me, sounds very restrictive. That did not sound like any type of moderation to me. So she straight up was like, no, you can't eat that. That's bad.
Yeah. Wow. She even said if you feel hungry, like just don't rush your meals. Get some gum, sugarless gum, and chew on the sugarless gum. And like, okay, if I know you won't die from a little discomfort, is what she wrote in the tips for me. And like, I know you won't, but my goal wasn't to lose weight. So why would I not eat when I'm feeling hungry, especially with the type of job that I was doing? So she was against that. I remember I asked her, like, okay, so what if I'm going out on a date? Like, am I allowed to eat something outside? Or she was like, no, just try to order salads, try to skip the desserts, even on date nights and everything. I was like, there's no enjoyment at all.
Wow.
Yeah.
So what kind of, you talked about like your pre-workout, you said would be like a banana. Post-workout, like a shake, apple, or something equivalent that's very small.
Yeah.
What about breakfast? What did the first meal look like for you?
See, I don't remember. I think maybe just oats, just like oats and banana, or just oats. I don't really remember the breakfast.
Was it pretty?
My food, like my eating was because I would work during the night, and then I didn't really have proper breakfasts either. So I don't remember I think I was switching the meals how I felt like eating.
Okay.
Because my sleep was all over the place as well. I wasn't getting enough sleep either at the time. So, but I think I remember it was oats. There was a lot of oats and rice and salmon. That's all that I remember from.
That's what I call, and what a lot of people in like the fitness world call the bro diet. The bro diet, I think I've said this a couple times before on my channel. I used to compete. I used to do competitive bodybuilding. I've done 2 competitions before, and I had a coach that, you know, kind of like you, I had been training in the gym for a couple of years then, but my coach was not really, she's great, so I kind of feel a little bad saying this, but she wasn't really well credentialed. And she was kind of somebody who she'd competed before. She looked great, so she must know what she's doing, right?
Yeah, exactly.
And she very much had me on the bro diet, which is a lot of fish, lean meats, oatmeal, steamed vegetables, that kind of thing, salad, like really restrictive, boring stuff. Yeah. But I do remember when I was competing, I was at least allowed to have like treats every now and then. But you when you were doing this, she's like was very adamant, like no, you can't.
No. She gave me the few tips before I start, and I was like, okay, drink a lot of water. Then the second one was like, don't rush your meals, and then buy sugarless gum as a snack, and she put the snacks like so snack was a forbidden word. And then the last thing was like, yeah, like just no chocolate, no nothing. Because if you have a cheat meal or a cheat or a dessert or something, that's just going to get you off the rails and you're going to ruin your whole diet, which I really don't think that one chocolate bar would hurt me. Especially back then I was skinny. Like it's not like I was trying to lose weight but even if you are, like just being so restrictive is not going to get you anywhere. Because the second that I was off her program, the second that our communication was gone, I just went, it went out of control because I was binging, and then I would try to keep with the plan. I would try to follow her plan again, but then I'd be so hungry and I was so sick. I felt so sick every morning at work. Everyone thought I was pregnant because I would end up getting sick. I would literally like throw up every morning and I had to go home early. But again, I was like, well, it can't be the plan, right? I'm still a little, I know it's a lot on me as well for not educating myself a bit more on the topic, but I just kept trusting into her and all the things that she said, how she's certified, she knows what she's doing. This is the best plan for my goals. And I just kept trying to push myself to stay with it. And that I just went off the rails completely. And after I started eating, I like gained, oh God, that was 15 kilos, which is I think 30 pounds.
After you were done with the program, you gained, so you said you lost about no, you said 3 kilos.
About 5 kilos.
5 kilos, which is about somewhere between like 10 and 15 pounds, I think.
Yeah.
And then after you were done working with her, you gained back.
Yeah. I gained a lot, 3 times to what I lost to her. Like,
wow. So you gained back.
It's just because I had an eating disorder when I was in college. Oh. And yeah, so it took me 2 or 3 years to recover from that. And then I was okay for like 2 years. And then I was with her on her plan. And then as soon as it stopped, I started eating and binging, and just it was really hard. It took me, I only recovered during 2020, during the quarantine. So it took me like a full year of just binging and starving myself, or just binging and gaining weight until I was finally like, okay, like I really have to do something to get myself out of this. So
would you say that, do you believe that being on her very restrictive plan kind of triggered those eating disorder tendencies?
Yeah, because I had bulimia, so I wanted to be super skinny, but then I would feel super guilty when I would eat, and then I would throw up. That was my college years. So this was just the worst plan that you could put someone who had bulimia on, because it just triggered all the same feelings and all the same behaviors that I had in college. So
did you tell her that you had a history of eating disorders?
No, I didn't.
Okay.
I didn't.
Still though, that plan, the way you described it sounded awful.
You're training a client and they tell you, I'm super hungry. Wouldn't you give them like, okay, here, have an extra snack or an extra
something? I wouldn't just be like, trust the process. Like, no.
And I was sending her my pictures, like progress pictures, weekly or every 2 weeks. So you could clearly see that I'm losing weight. And I specifically said I wanted to build muscle. So wouldn't you kind of think, okay, well, she's not going to be a happy client. Like I need to change something.
As far as that $340, including 8 weeks of fully custom training, that is very, very cheap for 8 weeks of fully customized training and a meal plan, assuming it really is customized. And honestly, now that I think about it, even if something is not fully customized, that's still cheap. $340 for 8 weeks. So that comes to about $120 a month. That's cheap. I know trainers who charge that for just 1 month of custom training. And I know of trainers who are very well experienced and very well established in their field who charge into the thousands per month for customized training. And I know that sounded like a lot of money, but you guys have to understand that when you are working with a professional that's well established and well educated in their field, assuming they're not scamming you, you will be getting top tier service. I've been a personal trainer for 5 years now, and when I was a brand new newbie trainer, I was just charging like $100 a month to my friends and family, like just to gain some experience and some exposure. Versus now that I'm a lot more experienced and a lot more educated, when I take one-on-one clients now, I charge a lot more than $100. And for the money that you are giving me, I'm going to do everything in my power to give you everything you need to succeed and make every single penny you spend on me worth it. Fully customized workout plan, unlimited email or texting support depending on whether it's a virtual or in-person client, weekly Zoom calls, weekly or bi-weekly check-ins, which depending on their goals that might mean photos, measurements, an overall wellness check, or all three of those things, general nutrition support / advice, the whole 9 yards. Unless you have purchased something of mine where I have made it explicitly clear that this is not a custom program and this does not come with support, I would never just take your money, give you a Word document, and then just peace out. No trainer should ever do that. But Ava felt that for paying for custom training, the service that Miss Peachie gave her was far less than what she was expecting. So $300 for 8 weeks of a custom program is actually quite a good deal. A lot of trainers that I know who train virtually, who charge for custom programs, usually do charge more than this. And they're not just doing like weekly check-ins. They're doing like Zoom calls on a weekly basis, like exchanging, communicating daily with their clients. I know some trainers who use apps to where they'll help their clients like look at their like nutrition and like see what they're eating. It's really extensive for a truly customized program. Did you guys, aside from emails, did you guys have any sort of communication? Like, did she give you Zoom calls?
No, nothing, no, just emails.
How often were you like checking in with her for your, like, because you said you did progress pictures and stuff. How long?
So I would send her progress pictures every week, every weekend, I guess maybe Saturday or Sunday. And if I had any questions, she would reply. She was good at replying, but then when you kind of look at some of the replies, it wouldn't really answer my question. So I don't know what good was that. That's
the other reason that it kind of makes me feel like it wasn't super customized. Like, you always know, like whenever you're talking to like a copy and paste message versus when you're talking to a person.
Yeah, not once did she. I know my name it's complicated for people who are not from Europe, but still, like, you can copy and paste my name. Like, it was I never once saw her write my name. It was always, hey girl, hi honey.
She never even greeted you by name in the email.
She never tried to copy and paste my name.
Oh man.
So yeah, I think like if it was $300 and if I was really happy with the program and my progress and stuff, I really wouldn't mind the $300. But when I look back from what I got for that money, it's
your goal for initially contacting her, for reaching out, was you were saying that you wanted to gain weight, essentially. You wanted to build muscle.
Yeah, I wanted to build muscle. Yeah.
So what did the workouts look like? Were they very was it a lot of cardio, a lot of weight training? Was it a good even mix of both? Like,
yeah, so my thing was I don't go to the gym, but I did have like 2 or 3 kettlebells. I had 2 sets of dumbbells.
Oh, nice.
I had a medicine ball or something. I had stuff at home, so I could work with up to 25 kilos. Again, I don't
Which is about 55 pounds.
Yeah. So I did have equipment, right? And I was super skinny. I wasn't weight training before this point, but all she gave me, I told her which equipment I had at home, but her workouts was mostly cardio or something. Like there was a lot of burpees. I remember there was a lot of burpees. So there was a lot of jumping around. I remember I'd be so tired after as well. So I don't think it was the best plan for someone who wants to build muscle. There was maybe one day when I would work with the kettlebells and dumbbells, but the rest of the days was just a mixture. And I believe that there was a lot of cardio in that.
Based on my conversations with Ava and based on everything she showed me, it is my belief and opinion that this program that Miss Peachie gave to Ava was not customized. One clear indication that this program is probably not customized to Ava was the fact that in the questionnaire that Miss Peachie sent to Ava to fill out, like, it's just standard questions about like past exercise history, medical history, things about her physical capabilities, limitations she might have. This is all standard stuff that a trainer should be asking a potential client before onboarding them. The only thing that Ava told Miss Peachie was, I can't do lunges. I have bad knees. I can't do lunges. Can you guys guess what Miss Peachie put on Ava's custom workout plan?
A lot of jumping around, a lot of lunges, which again, I said I had an injured knee. I can't do lunges.
Yeah.
She also gave me slow lunges and
So
jumping.
you told her specifically you had pre-existing knee issues and you can't do lunges. And then in your plan, she gave you lunges.
I specifically said I can't do any type of lunges. And my first day in the plan had slow lunges and then had some kind of lunges again. So 2 lunges in one.
So Miss Peachie wrote to do the lunges slowly. I cannot imagine why, if you have musculoskeletal issues and certain specific exercises bother you, why would doing them slowly be better as opposed to doing them at like normal speed? I might even argue that that is worse. That's like me. I'm allergic to tree nuts, for example. Somebody being like, oh, just chew them slowly. You'll be fine. As if the anaphylactic shock that could potentially set in is like, oh man, she's eating them slow, so it's fine. I don't need to make a fast appearance. Like, that might have been a reach, but you guys get what I'm saying. Another glaringly obvious sign that this program was not customized to Ava was the fact that Ava right off the bat told Miss Peachie that she wanted to gain weight and build muscle. When Ava and I were talking, she described her body to me as skinny, and she wanted to put some size on herself. She wanted to put some mass on her ass. The diet that Miss Peachie gave her was extremely calorie restricted, and the workout program was very, very cardio heavy. And this training and diet program for most people would not be conducive at all to building muscle. And then finishing off, there's also the fact that some of the email communication that they had just looked like straight up copy and paste emails. Let's read one of these email interactions that they had. Ava said, one more thing. I started the program weighing 55 kilos, almost 56, and I have 53.1 kilos today. Am I supposed to lose a bit and then gain back muscle? Or I feel like I look too skinny and that will lose this little booty I have. Been careful to follow the diet and all, but I don't know. My workout probably takes up more energy than I thought. And Miss Peachie responded, hey love, I wanted to just remind you again that this process isn't one that happens overnight. Don't sell yourself short and think your hard work is compromised by needing a rest day. Life happens, and trust me, I completely understand that work can be overwhelming, as well as sometimes family issues, outside matters, can really be straining on your mental and physical being. Sometimes we need to move our rest days around or even add one. But that's where the diet comes in. It's important to focus 100% on the diet and be even more strict on those days when you know that you need to take extra rest. It helps you feel better about taking the rest day when you're 100% on the diet. And then the next following day, you feel even better because you ate well and you gave yourself a rest. If you feel as though you need to do something like that, that is totally fine. The next in the gym, we will just have to go a little bit harder, but guess what? That's fine because we took that rest day and we will be feeling better. Okay. What? She didn't answer Ava's question even a little bit. What are you even talking about? Hey, Brianna, what time is it? You know what? I think I need to go and buy some new shoes. I'm gonna go and buy some new shoes. Okay. At this point, I've reached pretty much the end of everything I wanted to add into the story. So I'm going to put in some additional footage of me and Ava's discussion here.
So along with me walking for 10 hours, I had these crazy cardio exercises and very little food.
Expending a lot of calories between the workouts and your job that you have. Yeah. You were expending a lot of calories. And on top of that, this meal plan sounds so horrible. Sound like you just were not eating a lot.
Yeah. I was so hungry. I was just dreaming of the day when I'm gonna eat something, eat a chocolate bar or something.
I am so, I mean, maybe I'm not that shocked, but I'm so, it's amazing. It's crazy to me that she didn't even allow for any sort of treat. Like nothing in the middle. Like you can't have one little square of Hershey's
Yeah,
chocolate.
no, no,
Um,
you can't enjoy your date. You can't eat anything, a dessert on a date. And I think I had holidays or something coming up. And she was the same. Like, I know you're on your holidays, but just be mindful. Like, try to work out, try to find a gym or something, and just try to be mindful with what you eat. And, as no desserts, no enjoyment, nothing.
wow. So, while you were working with her, did you like stick to the plan? Pretty.
Yeah,
You adhered, so
yeah.
you didn't allow yourself to have like any
No,
sort of. Wow. Okay.
no.
Wow. How long did you work with her from start to finish? I forgot to
Okay,
ask.
so I thought it was 12 weeks, but it was actually 8 weeks. So it was 300 for 8 weeks.
$300.
But I think after I finished the 8 weeks, I just wasn't in contact with her anymore, but I kept trying for another few weeks, maybe a month. I kept trying to stick with the plan and the meal plan as well. So
Okay.
yeah.
Was the end of the 8 weeks, like what happened after that? Like, did she try to get you to re-sign with her?
Oh yeah, yeah. I still get to this day, I get her emails being like, hey, like as a old customer or whatever, as a former customer, do you want like 10% off or stuff like that? I get those like maybe once or twice a month ever since.
Wow.
So I think I blocked it because I was sick of seeing her name. It's like, no, I don't want your 10% discount.
You're definitely still on her email list.
Yeah,
Same.
she also sends like tips and tricks, like a newsletter and stuff like that on all the emails that she has, like tips to lose weight and stuff like that to get you to sign with her again.
This is all this, what I'm about to say is speculation.
Yes, yes.
She is super lean, super shredded.
Yeah.
She has a great body. She looks good.
Yeah.
But I think that sometimes these influencers assume that everybody wants to look like them.
Mm,
And so they just tell everybody what they did and then just
yeah.
expect it to work.
Yeah. But for her, like, just she looks she has like giant muscles. So I don't think she's eating 1,000, whatever, 400, 600 that I was eating.
Probably not. Probably not.
Yeah.
To
It'd be
maintain
very
her,
hard to grow those kind of muscles that she has. She's unreal. Like, she just, I don't see how that would be possible.
she is very conditioned. She's super
Yeah.
lean.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I don't like to comment too much on people's bodies. You know, we don't know exactly what she did.
Yeah.
But I think for someone to assume that everybody just wants to look like them and exactly do what I did is going to work for everybody. So now everybody
Yeah.
gets, the same thing because
Yeah.
you clearly said you want to build muscle, you want to gain weight. And she gave you what sounded like a super restrictive plan that was a lot of cardio, not a whole lot of weight training. And you sound like you have a decent weight setup at home.
Yeah. Yeah. I do.
feel like I've had at-home clients before and they've had less than that. So
Yeah.
I think you had a pretty good weight setup that you could definitely
Yeah.
like get something done with.
I could have always bought more if I felt that it wasn't challenging enough. I said I'm not going to the gym. I'm a germaphobe, so I just can't go to the gym. But I did say like, sure, if I get to the point where like 20 kilos is too little for me, I'm more than happy to buy more equipment. So it wasn't an issue. It was never an issue there.
Yeah, that's
I was
an option.
ready. I was committed. Like I was ready to do what, and I did do everything that she told me to do. It just didn't bring me. It just went to completely opposite side of what I wanted. I was already skinny. Like I didn't want to get more skinny. That's the whole problem with Instagram influencers and the whole MLM and everything. That's like I telling you, like, I had people, I've seen Greg's comment, like John's comment section was very nice. For Greg's, Greg's one was a little bit different. There was a few people being very mad at me for like falling for the scam, but it's like there wouldn't be a problem. Like if everyone was super informed on everything and super aware of every scam out there, there wouldn't be scammers and people wouldn't be falling for it. Like, and they were like, oh, I don't know who I hate more, like the scammer or the scam, then stuff like that. And like, but someone said I was whiny or something. I'm like, I'm not whiny or an excuse maker. I followed her program. Like I did everything she told me to do. I didn't make any excuses. I'm just saying that it didn't get me what I was paying her for.
It's not your fault. It's not your fault.
Yeah.
There are a lot of people who are in your position who just don't know any better. And kind of like you were like, she has a great body.
Yeah.
She must know what she's talking about. You know, it's not your fault, you know, but that's, you know, that's why I make my videos, to like spread awareness and spread education. So, okay. Closing thoughts from you?
But thank you so much, obviously, for speaking about this. I'm really, really grateful because I know what I went through and it took me so long to recover. And I just I see there's a lot of girls that follow me, that follow her as well, which was another reason why I was like, maybe I should kind of speak up, just at least to try and warn people. Obviously, maybe she changed by now. Maybe she does things differently. This was 3 years ago, but still just maybe not just with her, with other influencers, just kind of be very well aware.
Right.
And if you see any red flags, just ask them to change it. If they don't, then just run. Like there's no point. And because I was thinking, well, am I wasting like $300 US? But it wasn't worth it. Even if I never got a refund, I probably, if I quit in time, I wouldn't end up struggling with my eating disorder again. So yeah.
Also, a message to the world, everybody watching this, don't be afraid to ask people what their credentials are and what their background education is. If you're paying them for a service, you deserve to know that stuff. You're entitled to that information, and you have a right to know it if you're paying them for a service. Definitely. And also, once again, just because someone looks great doesn't mean they know what they're talking about.
Yeah, exactly. It's very different. Obviously, like when you're training yourself, you know what workouts work best for you, which workouts you feel the most. Like some people feel squats better than hip thrust or whatever. Obviously, it's not the same for everyone. So there has to be, you have to like put effort in it and actually listen to the client. And you're probably going to know that I think I kind of knew what was going on, but I just couldn't like admit it to myself. I was like, no, like she knows best. Come on, she knows better than you. Just like have a little bit more confidence in yourself and your instincts. And if it feels wrong, it probably is wrong. Like, you know, because it felt wrong to me as well. But I was just like, what do I know? Like, you know, she knows better. So
now you know better though.
Now I do know better, yeah.
Good. In conclusion, Ava's story is far from the only one out here like it. Many uninformed and misinformed people get sucked into situations like this because they're enticed by someone with a great body and a big following. And what they pay for doesn't always end up to be what they're expecting to get. Credentials count, you guys. And just because someone looks great and has a nice feed and a big Instagram following, that doesn't mean they know what they're talking about. If in fact you made it to the end of this video, thank you so very much for watching. I really appreciate it. I really liked making this video. I liked getting somebody else involved and getting somebody else on here to talk for once. Thank you so much to Ava for sharing your story and sharing your experience. I really hope this will help somebody out here. I think this will help somebody. This is really good information. Yeah. I think that's it. I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye. Hey, Mama. Oh. You know, her blankets always look dirtier than they are, and it's because she freaking drools on them. I swear I wash her blanket every week. I promise my dog does not live in filth. Isn't that right, baby? Isn't that right, baby? You're just a drooly baby and your tongue is always out of your mouth. And this is Zeus's favorite bed. This is little donut bed, I call it. You know, he's a... Please someone explain to me, does their 50-plus pound dog like to curl up into a little tiny ball and sleep on a little bed or blanket or pillow or something? Because that's Zeus's favorite thing to do. Hi, Onyx. Yes, I see you. I see you. I know you were right there. Wow. She just pushed me over. God, you're rude sometimes, Alpha. You want to say bye, Zeus? You want to say bye, Zeus? You say bye, Joe? Here's your baby. Here's your baby. He looks so annoyed. Hey. Hey. Bye. You guys too. Onyx, stop kissing your sister, please. Say bye. Bye.